Hey guys, welcome back to ThalaBuddy. This is Cami. Today we have with us Nona Prince, the amazing. Please introduce yourself.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I'm Nona Prince. I have a YouTube channel where I talk about movies, especially from South India and Malayalam cinema, which is one of the best industries easily. And yeah, thank you for having me.
Well, it is a pleasure. I'm very happy to talk about this, and I'm very happy that it is in English, because
Yeah.
usually my husband is the one in this chair talking in Hindi. So finally, I have someone that I can talk to in English. So first of all, I wanted to start knowing about your journey. If you can share a bit how you started your YouTube channel, how you got started as a reviewer.
So I think it was during my 12th exams, the final exams, and I just I saw someone known as Jabiku. I don't know if you know him. Now they changed the channel name to Cine Desi.
Oh yes, yes, yes.
So they were, I think, the initial people who started reacting to Indian content. And I think during that time, I hooked on to it, and I thought, okay, this is fun. I also would like to, share my thoughts on movies. I also love watching movies and talk about it. And I think that started that you can have a channel, you can talk it, and just through that, in college, everywhere, I just had just for fun, I was doing it, and then I think it became more like a hobby. Then it became very, I became very passionate about it, and then I thought, let's take it seriously and do it full time. And I think then COVID kind of helped in that sense that it was
Mhm.
definitely a curse for a lot of people. A lot of it was a struggle for many, but it was also helpful for for some, where you could actually concentrate on one thing you really liked. And also every most creators actually got a lot of boom that time. And yeah,
Yes.
today I'm here.
Well, yes. Actually, COVID helped a lot of people. Like, I
Yeah.
think, I don't know if you know Tagesh. Like, he became huge after COVID, and
Yeah.
so many people started growing. It is amazing. But I'm happy that you also grew, that somehow you got inside this, because actually your reviews are very valuable. We have watched it with my husband. I also watched your podcast. It was very good. Very, like,
Thank you.
different, the one that, like, one to one that you did. I enjoyed it a lot. And I wanted to ask you, like, I know you're more from North, and people will have this question, like, how you got into Malayalam industry. Like, obviously, people will see you and they will not think like you're hardcore into that. Like, what was the magnet? What pulled you towards that?
So I have a background of filmmaking. So I studied animation filmmaking for 3 years in Mumbai, and that kind of opened me for to understand cinema and the craft, and what's the process and all of that. So that really got me into this. And I think South Indian cinema, I think it was just at the same time where they were just booming. Bahubali had happened. I remember when I saw the trailer, I was like, "What is this? I've never seen something like this in India." And I remember, and I like really I feel guilty about it that I saw Bahubali first part, because that time going to theater was not like a thing accessible thing for me. Like you would go on really
Mhm.
big occasion or something, not just a film has come, so I'll just go out. So I watched it like a cam HD version someone gave me, and it was, I think it was just the first half or second half. I didn't remember, it was shaking, and I just saw that, and I was like, okay, this is cool. And then later when it was out on TV or on digital, that time I don't know if it was, yeah, I don't remember when I saw it, but I really liked it. And then, when I got into cinema, then understanding it, and then, I saw the second part in theaters, I was blown away. Like I saw it thrice, I think, that weekend. I was just shaken by it, like what epicness it was, from the starting frame to the last. And then, yeah, just, because I'll say a big head goes to the YouTube channel because, uh, because I was talking about it, I was, in loop of what's going on. A lot of people would recommend me, check out this movie, check out this movie, and that led to me discovering more and more of it. I don't think otherwise I would have gotten a chance to do it on just my own time. So that helped a lot. And then it was just, I think today also, if people ask me why do you do it, I'm like, they like down south, the best work comes from there of the year. Every year you end the year by saying the best films are coming from either Tamil, Telugu, or Malayalam. So, and Malayalam cinema, I think every time they're coming out with great content. So it just, I just like to talk about good work.
Yes, you're right. Like, they come up with very different movies, like a bit of offbeat, not so commercial. Like now, yes, Telugu and Tamil they're having more commercial, but now we also have Kannada and we have like you say Malayalam that they bring so many different movies. Like every single year, when you see like at the beginning of this year, they had back to back movies and they were good. None
Yeah,
was like below average. So yeah, I can
yeah,
understand. And I think like obviously I wasn't here in the time that you were like learning about South cinema. But I think also a big thing was the fact that from what I know, they dub a lot of these movies for Hindi audience and then they used to play them on TV like a lot.
yeah, yeah,
So I think maybe that also because my husband in his case it was like that and for my mother-in-law they will both went crazy, like so many movies that were like ahead of time. So
yeah.
I
I think
kind
a
of
lot
understand them.
they have a YouTube channel also, Gold Mine Films, and I think they have
Hmm.
like movies which have like they are not even considered good in that language, or they just considered okayish kind of films, but they have like 200, 300 million views, and they are dubbed, and there's so much people in north consume that content. And I think that what led to Pushpa being such a big hit, and getting so much craze in Bihar or UP, those places. I think so that I think has definitely helped South Indian cinema, especially the big commercial films, to travel across.
Yes, 100%. Because even when my husband, like when we travel, usually when you travel, you're not connected to these OTTs, you don't go to movie theaters.
Yeah,
But even if you turn on the TV, like first things that you will see is Dangerous Khiladi 1, Dangerous
yeah,
Khiladi 2. And they're like mostly South. Then you will see these Guntur, Karam, and all these movies that like generally you will not have any idea that many times they're South.
yeah.
So I like that a lot that they did this thing and still like they show mostly Tamil and Telugu, but still the influence is there.
Yeah.
All right. So now talking about this mix between Hindi and Malayalam and all this stuff, I want to talk about this Param Sundari. Here
Okay.
we got the casting of Janvi Kapoor, which was a bit like stereotypical, if you can say like that. Why do you think this Bollywood keeps failing at making this movie? Why they keep failing at casting genuine people that they are like from that region or even from that religion?
I think it comes down to the intentions, right? Because if you look at, see, it is, and I can understand why they are doing that, because they are like, okay, we'll get two big stars, we'll make a rom com with them, and let's take it to Kerala and make it a cross culture thing, and because that will create a lot of comedy, and it's like a project which is assembled. Okay, we'll get this, and put everything together, and at the end we will get a film we can market. And I think that's the thing, that's the process a lot of these studios and big production houses follow. And now is a time that it's not working out. And I think the question of like, that's a separate thing altogether. Like, why don't you cast actual people from that place? Because that's not the mindset they're starting with. They are getting, okay, Janvi, we got Siddharth, they contract this, that's final, now let's think of a story. So
Mhm.
whenever you do that, it will not work. Simple as that.
Yes, that part you're right. Like, I think this part, not only like in Bollywood, I think in many countries, even we have this issue that they don't think properly who you're casting. Sometimes you don't even add up the story. And then it is rather like when I saw that they were making like it supposedly was like the new Chennai Express, like you will go with happiness because even for me that is an unforgettable movie that yes, I didn't watch it in movie theaters, but it was one of the first romantic comedies that I saw from here. And then you see this movie and it is like you don't get the same impact, you don't get the same story. It felt more like yes, you're promoting the tourism in Kerala, but still.
I honestly, because I saw it, I don't even think they're promoting, because they're just showing it in a not the great light. There are things like the driver is drinking while taking them, and they're like, okay, that's what Kerala is. So, I like it's. I think it's high time people realize that Bollywood films are not actual representation of anything to take them that seriously.
Yes, in that part you're 100% right. Like we went to this Kochi to watch Coolie,
Okay.
and usually in India I wear my salwar kurta. Usually it is like my permanent outfit, and I went with my salwar kurta. And then when we watched the movie, it was like no one was wearing salwar kurta. Usually, you have this like sorry, this idea that if you go to this Malayalam, well, you will say, yeah, you go to Kochi, you go to Kerala, you'll find these girls wearing sari and then the flowers and all this stuff. And then you see them and they're just like wearing Western clothes.
Yeah.
Like, I felt so bad when I was there. I was telling my like, why I come like this? I should have used my clothing that I wear in my home instead of wearing like this because I was feeling so out of place. And then when I watched other movies, and my husband was shocked. Like, he's Indian, he grew up in India, and still he was telling me, "Kami, they're so like their mentality is so ahead. Like, it is not like in Pune, for example, that you see many girls, guys. They're trying to be like modern, like
Yeah.
revealing clothing and everything, but in there is like so unintentionally." They're just adapted like so modern without even trying. It blew my mind, like what they're trying to feed us in the movies. Like, do your research when you're doing the movie, and then you show us what is actually happening in that place. And I can say, like, for most of the movies, I think so, in many industries.
It's more ironic with Param Sundari that they think that they are actually going against the stereotypes, making this film, but they are actually being the same thing they're going against.
Yes, it is. Like, even if you're wearing sari, like I have used sari, it is super rare to see a girl that is showing her complete belly, like the, how you call this, like the part that is down of the sari, this petticoat that
Yeah.
you put so low, and then that the blouse is still up. It is like, which year are you living that you still need to show that type, and then the type of pallu going like this? I don't
It's
understand why they're still like that.
I think Janvi Kapoor literally had like it felt like she's walking the ramp of Manish Malhotra or someone with the the day-to-day clothes she was wearing in the film, and you could really tell that she stands out in the whole crowd. She belongs to that place. She's supposed to be a person who has lived her life in that place, and she strikes out clearly that she doesn't belong here. I think that's just again they don't care. They think
Yes.
people just want the two good-looking people to to romance, slow motion, and that's it.
Yes, I think that crowds, they have evolved a bit, and that's why we're seeing so many like backlash with movies, that even when it comes to romantic movies, you're not able to pull it off because you're setting some unrealistic things. Like in this same movie, like the girl is said to marry another guy by the ending, and then this guy goes to the airport, and then he comes like, why you remember her till you're leaving? You had all this time to tell her, yes, I love you, but no, when she's getting married, you have to tell her, yes, I love you.
It's a
You can
rehash
do
of
better than that.
10 other films, right? Because it really felt like they are that's what they think. We'll create a film like what Shah Rukh did back then, and we'll try to rehash all of it because people like nostalgic stuff, and we'll do the same. And these two big stars, not I don't know who calls them stars, but these two actors who are trying to becoming stars, and this will make it. And like again, it's like again assembled project so that we could achieve this goal of becoming famous, and it has not worked clearly.
Yes. In the end, Shahrukh is Shahrukh. Deepika is Deepika, or even if you say Shahrukh and Kajol, it's like they're iconic. There's just
Yeah.
couples that you know that even if the movie is not good, but you put them together, the movie will be successful. These people, they're coming, they're upcomers, like they're learning still. Till recently, Janvi was learning how to act. She's still like in the process of doing the thing. So it is beyond me sometimes why they think that the crowd, like they underestimate the crowd, the intelligence sometimes of the crowd, that no, if we market this as the new Chennai Express, everyone will come to watch it, and these are like the new faces that you should see. Because even the movie that they put her with, this Junior NTR, Devara,
Yeah.
you tell me about that role. What was the point?
It's I don't know. It's just I feel like so there were some rumors, right, that people are being casted in films like by looking at their social media, how many followers they have. So it's just that, okay, we need someone from like as we are making Devra, you want to take it pan India, so let's cast someone from different industries. So we got Saif Ali Khan. Let's get a heroine from Hindi, who to go for. No big and good actor, actress would choose it because there's nothing in the role. And maybe someone you can use to make use of marketing and get, and let's say it's Janvi, she's kind of popular on social media, this that. Like you can clearly tell what's the purpose.
Yes, that is completely right. Like sometimes you'll get frustrated, especially like I think that if we as reviewers we get frustrated, I think also the crowd currently like nowadays they're getting more and more frustrated with this. And like with that topic, like we're talking about this casting and all, I wanted to mention a movie. It is called Goda. I'm not good in pronouncing DH, but it is a Malayalam movie that they casted a Punjabi actress. I'll
Yeah.
try to pronounce her name, Vamika Gavi. I think
Yep.
you pronounce
Guppy.
like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Yes. So they casted her as the like as an athlete with Tovino Thomas, and it was a hit. Like it looks good because in the end, even if it is India, you guys are like you look so different from each other. Like if you go to Punjab, even people from certain side will look different. Marathi, Maratha, then you have Kannada. This everyone looks so different. So why do you think Bollywood doesn't like even bother? At least like try a bit.
Because again, as I said, they don't care. That's not their goal at all. Because it's for a long time it has been the case, right? That no one see, the thing is, the masses, right? They don't care about all this. If Param Sundari was actually a good film, it would have worked, irrespective of all the if it's right or wrong or stereotype, this and that doesn't matter at all. If even if all the wrong things were there, if you'd have really good film to watch and enjoy, it would have worked. No one would have cared about all of these things. But the thing is that because it has not worked, we think, okay, these are the reasons that not work. But it's like, if you take Animal also, right? It has a lot of problematic things, but the thing is, it's very well made film which is entertaining to a lot of people. That's why it worked.
Yes.
It doesn't matter if it's problematic or not, or right things or not, or it's political correct or not. No one care. The people don't care who are just going and spending their money. They need entertainment. If you can give them that, they'll come and watch it. If you cannot, they'll go. We can sit and say, oh, because of not getting the right things and this is the reason. And no, no. I'm telling you, some give it some time. Next year they'll come back again with something like this and it will work. The same
Yes.
things with the same issues.
Yes, you're right. Like I wish at least like there's nothing more satisfying for me personally to see people that are casted correctly. Like if you have a Punjabi, please bring someone that is Punjabi. Like why this Sunny Deol was looking so good in Jat? Because he was like it matches in
Yeah.
the end. There's nothing like watching Shahrukh or Salman or Amir like with their like surma and all. It is a different vibe because in the end it is the right casting and the right thing, but there's sadly there's nothing we can do. And otherwise I think this could be like a complete episode talking about the disgrace of casting. So
Yeah.
I'll go to a movie that genuinely I loved it so much, and that is Loka chapter 1.
Yep.
It was such an amazing movie. What was your first reaction after watching it?
I was I was taken aback because I knew. So in my area, the first show was at 4. So I tried to stay away from anything, getting to know anything about the movie, and it kind of like just came in my glimpse that it's getting really good reviews and everything. And when I sat like from the trailers and everything, I was expecting something, but I think the first scene and then how we go into the title sequence, I was blown away by that itself. Just like Bahubali, that kind of gives you the title sequence, right? The whole animated thing gives you how much effort they put in. They kind of give you like a 200, 300 years of history with different characters and different things going on, and I was just blown away how much detail was there in it. And then we get into the
Yeah.
story again. It is so so crisp, so we don't waste any unnecessary time. There's no song or dance or unnecessary stuff happening. We just directly into the film. things are happening, something happens, you're just excited to know what's going to happen next. You have no idea what's happening, and then slowly reveals are happening, the cool moments are happening, a small action scene happens, then something else happens. So there are some connections, what's going on, who is she, you're just thinking about all of those stuff while watching, and just keeps you hooked. And then you get that interval sequence which is so complicated, can go wrong so much, because you suddenly have another character introduced who's telling us a story, and then we're getting a
Yes.
flashback sequence, and then something is happening in real time, which is, you don't want to lose focus of that, because she's kind of kidnapped. So what's going on there? So you're just constantly cutting between all three, and still making sense. It is so epic. Like, how you say big mass movies have the interval block which is whistle worthy and everything. It was that, it leaves you with that big impact, and then now you cannot wait what's coming next. And the second half could have been, just them dealing with what's going on about her, but then they also introduce so many characters in the world, and
Mm.
there's so much cameos, and then we come back to her. She has to take the villain down. It's not everyone's gonna come help her. She is the hero of this narrative. And it again, we are back to the focus of it. We are not losing track of, in name of establishing this whole universe, we have, three four more heroes coming up, and it's about them now in the world, and we have left her. No, they are focused on her. And even by the end, the post credit, like it's like they got everything right. Like in my head, I have a checklist. They got every damn thing right, and that was so much fun to watch.
Yes, I 100% agree. Like, it has been a while that I saw a movie that I was like blown away with my husband. Like, we were like, no, we have to go back and watch this movie again and again and again. Till like you get tired and then you recommend it to people. Like, though, even from the trailer, you can understand that it will be like of high quality, but still, when you watch the movie, it is something else. Like, you'll end up so hyped up, and it is not like that you come out and then it goes down. But with time, the more you think about the movie, like it grows and grows, and then you start thinking more about this detail they put, the even the casting that they did for the actors. Like, even if they put big actors, because at least in the Malayalam industry they're big, it is like they didn't take away the spotlight from her. Like you said, the hand-to-hand combat that they put, it wasn't over the top. Like, although she was supernatural, they didn't do like, like she will do like this and everyone will go flying. The CGI was also really great, which I wasn't expecting, because they don't get the same budget as other industries. They have
Yeah.
to be super resourceful with whatever they have, but still somehow they managed to pull it off. And hats off to Dulqer Salmaan, like how they produced this movie, how they were able to come up with this universe, and more than that, adapting something that it is usually considered like outside foreign, like vampire. It is a spoiler, but by now
Okay.
most people will know. Like, you were able to adapt this to Indian culture. That is something big. Like, you didn't try to make it Western, but you try to take something that it is usually like, I don't know, like she will have X amount of powers. No, we're giving her what we think it would be right. We're giving her what we think it would match with what has happened in India, and she will be rooted here. It is like our superhero. It is not outside. So that is one thing that I love so much. And for you, how you think this will change Indian cinema? Because he's bringing some changes.
Ah, I hope not, because that's the problem, right? Like people will see this and like, okay, we all are making one. The thing is, they'll always take the wrong inspiration, the wrong thing from it. They learn the wrong lesson, and it's not that they are not writers in every industry who can really think of something, and directors who can really work on something like this. It's just that you need a person like DQ. You need a team like Dominic Arun. You need actors. You need the crew behind it to really all come together and be on the same page and really want to do something special. I think that's where,
Yes.
and with the limited budget, it's not the problem is the best thing about this is that they didn't start the first film of this universe is not with a big A-list actor. Yes, Naslin became very famous, after Premlu. Kalyan Production has been, working in different films, but they have not reached that, oh, they are the stars. They are not that big of stars to helm of a ambitious project on, but they went with them because they had a really packed, solid story to back them. That's what they did right. I think the problem I talked about in my review from Brahmastra, right? It is very ambitious project. They got the money to back it, but the problem is they just went. They thought we need to prove we have spent so much money. We need to prove in every frame, and you have to put in the story that, oh, this is a big world focus. No, you should have actually made it a smaller story of the same film. Like this film should have, the interval sequence should have been the last scene of the film, where you tease Amitabh Bachchan for the next film, and you get to spend more time with these characters. You get to understand them. The problem with Brahmastra is just so rushed. Everything is rushed. You have to quickly go, meet Amitabh in the interval. Then you have to quickly set up the villain for the next film, and there's so much going on, and with a lot of VFX, a lot of money, and this and that. I'm not saying Brahmastra is not ambitious or they didn't have writing. It was a good idea, but again, you are so focused on, I need to establish and make it big and epic and all of these things. You have lost the focus on the story. It doesn't matter how much money you can put in, how much amazing visuals look. If the story is not good enough, it will not work. And that's what Lokah got right. You care about the characters. Right? Now, when the characters will come in the next film, you are excited to see them.
Yes.
Like spoiler alert, Tovino's character, it was so fun. You got his personality from just that sequence. I don't know Ranbir Kapoor's personality after the whole film. It's so, that's the
Yes.
problem, right? You're not investing in time on the character and the writing and the taking your time. Oh, I love you, my love, you are my love, Shiva. Don't tell me that, show me that. Take your time to establish it. Here there is a, like, romantic connection, but we don't even spend time on, they talk about it, but we
Yes.
know it's something exists, there's some chemistry. Just one picture of, or one visual of, in the past she had fallen for someone who looks like Nasle. That is enough to give you so much, without saying there's so much happening, and we understand it. That's is good filmmaking. That's how you tell stories in a good manner. It's not just about they have 30-40 crores to do the VFX. That is the layer on top which gives you the awe. But you can get into so much detailing in a superhero, supernatural, fantasy world film. That's what's more important.
Yes, I 100% agree with you. And one thing that I think also set up this Loka, apart from other movies, is that they kind of break the formula that you're used to.
Yeah,
Like, usually you would expect that they will explore more of the love story, like, them getting to know
yeah,
each other. And this is the thing that I got pissed off when I was watching this Brahmastra, was that why you waste so much time between their love story that it happened like in 2 days, you give them a complete song so saying
yeah,
like, oh, our love is this, and then, yeah, the song is good and everything, but you are in a rush to save someone, and then I don't know where you're in a song, and then how you didn't tell me you don't get burned. Here we get a movie that it is very logical. That even the ending, like you don't get the satisfying ending that you want, but it is the logical ending. And I think
yeah,
nowadays many movies lack this. That we need the logical stuff. Not all the time we want the happy ending, but many times we want what it is right. And in this case, it is a superhero. Like they should do what's right, not only what like you go to Superman and you expect that everything will be completely fine with him. No, many things happen with Batman and everything. It is not like that. So
yeah.
I get stressed when I see this type of stuff. But one thing that makes me happy is Artovino. I love him so much. From when I saw his first movie, like I went crazy. Like I'll watch his movies till the end of the time. Like whatever he's putting, I'll watch it because he's a great actor. Like he picks such upbeat films that you have to watch. So, what are your expectations for the sequel?
Oh, I don't know, because I actually messaged Tovino, and he said, you don't even know what's coming up. Like, that's the only thing he told me. So I'm like, okay, that's, I know what to say about that. But yeah, I don't know. Again, even with Loka, right? The thing is, if it was some other industry, right, they would have, even before shooting, they would have put it out. Oh, we are making a cinematic universe. This is the actors, this, that. So much would have been out even before they start shooting.
Yes.
This film, I think, just 2 months before they put out the first poster. When I learned, me who is into Malayalam cinema, who's always, I always know about all the news, everything that's happening. I didn't know they were making a film. 2 months ago, they put out, poster which said Lokah Chapter 1. And I'm like, oh, Chapter 1, what? Cinematic universe, what? And then you hear, oh, they are making 5 films and this and that. There'll be cameos, DQ is producing it and all of that. And then they put out a teaser, the trailer, and the film is out, and everyone has like blown away by it within 2 months. That
Yes.
tells you, like, I don't even know how to process it. Even I'm still processing what has happened in the last few days, like, because it's like, what happens is, me watching Mam Cinema, even if it's a great film, like, I think last year it happened where the films broke out. So if my bubble of watching Malayalam cinema, there will be few cinephiles who will able to catch them and will follow Malayalam cinema. But when films like Avesham and Manjumal Boys, they travel across, even common people, the common masses, are know about it and talking about it. And a lot of YouTube creators who talk mostly about Hollywood, Bollywood stuff, even they are talking about it. That tells you the film has traveled. And I'm just processing that 2 months ago I didn't even know this film exists, and now everyone I know is talking about it. So I don't know idea, sequel. Like, the idea is the second post-credit scene is setting up the sequel with Tovino's character. So, but yeah, again, I have no idea what they're gonna do with it. Because, and that's a good thing. Like, it's not like for Brahmastra, I know what they're gonna do in part two. It's like you can kind of cook up a story, but for Loka, I have no idea what's next.
Yes, it is like you said earlier, we got such a great character, and then the like second post credit scene when they show like they give you like the smallest hint of who is the villain, whatever it will happen. You will be just from there. You'll start making theories, thinking like how this will be. There will be this many actors. It will be like this and like that. But still, the way Loka played, you'll like doubt yourself. Like no, it might not be like that. And like you said, your show started like by 4 p.m. We were lucky. We were able to get one show in the morning, and there were like few people, and it wasn't like, at least in the north, this type of films,
Yeah,
they rarely get any screens. If you are lucky, you get one show per day. Many times they get canceled. And to see this type of movies that they're able to get more shows, that the people are going crazy without proper marketing. Like not
yeah,
even like, because I checked this, like you say, DQ page, and he doesn't heavily promote. Like
yeah.
very smooth, and it is like my work is talking for whatever I'm showing to you. And we will continue talking about this movie. And with that, we will talk about Mammootty sir as the elder, which I didn't understood. If like we were blown away, like who is this elder that you're showing? And like even when we were watching the movie, like we were speculating that Mammootty sir should be the elder, because we already watched him in horror, and we were saying no, he would be amazing for this type of character. And he has done so many roles, even by now at the stage of his career, his age. He continues doing like so many roles. Like he like doesn't have any limit. He'll pick like so many things that are different, and not only because it will make him the hero. So, what do you think that drives him to be like that? Like in the end, usually people will say like yes, people his age, but in my case I would say actors in general, because even actors that are way younger than him, they don't take the risk of, like, for example, this horror movie. I'm sorry, I forget the names, I'm very, but I think it was Brahma. That it
Brahma, yeah.
was such a, yes, it was such a great horror movie, but very few people will be able to understand it, to watch it, and to like go through it. So what do you think?
I think it's just a case in Malayalam cinema, right? Even like, if you take Tovino, right? He's not doing the safe films or the star film, or he's the big hero. He's also like, he does a big film, he does a Mirror Murli, he does a ARM, and then he does a Kandate, the way he plays the policeman. This year's film also, where he's playing a policeman. So it's like he's doing smaller films also, bigger films also. And that's very much the case with most actors in Malayalam, because they come from the school that it's all about the story. they still focus on the writer. It's important for them. It's not, they are not making up projects, and I think when they do that, it's very obvious, the big films which don't work. And I think that's just him, and it's it's just us, we are discovering him now. But he has been doing this from the past. He has been
Yes.
experimenting it as a big film, then a very, and that's the whole, what happens is, the thing is, we have known Bollywood and Hollywood, or all the big industries, and how it works, how much it's about the perception they want to build, and the PR game and all of it. That if an industry is not doing that, we feel they are doing something different. It is so unique,
Yes.
how they are doing it. But it's like, when you ask them this same question, they're like, this is normal, this is what you're supposed to do. That's the thing. Like, the dialogue that, what is Malayalam cinema smoking, and all, like, no, you are implying with smoking that they are doing something out of the ordinary, or something different and illegal, in a sense that they could able to make good films. No, they are doing the right way of telling a story, where the story and the writing matters first, then comes the director, then comes the actors who will service the story. You are doing it wrong, where it's about the PR. They will bring the actors, the producer will come back together, they'll have the contract, the money thing will be talked, and then they'll go find a director, and then the director will find a writer, or he'll write himself a movie, because this is now happening. You are doing it wrong. That's the problem.
Yes.
I think, and Mammootty is just that example, right? Like, the kind of films, I think now the thing is that he has such, because there's so much eyeballs, it feels more, wow, he can do so much stuff. But that's just normal for him. It's nothing special. He's not doing anything special. It's just how an actor is supposed to do.
Yes, you're right. And I think like it even shows like to his son, like the way
Yeah.
he is. You would think like, okay, he's the son, he will do like big films, massive, because he has that type of look, he has that type of feeling. Like you'll see him and like yes, but he also plays like such offbeat characters, even going on series that he's not even properly the main character. So it is hats off to this. And for me, also, Malayalam cinema reminds me a bit of Marathi cinema. I don't know if you have watched like few Marathi cinemas. We started recently, like we started few movies, especially for me because I still don't understand Marathi. I'm learning Hindi. Slowly, I'm also learning a bit of Marathi. But watching Marathi movies, the way they do it, it is a bit different compared to the rest. The main difference is that they don't get as much like reviewers, they don't get that much light. Still, it is a day that I remember this first class Davare. It is such a simple movie. It is not a complicated story. I think it will be like if you could compare it, type of like 3 BHK movie.
Yeah.
Like it is nothing like you got massive heroes, nothing. It is the story of a family, what they go through. It also has a bit of comedy here and there, and these are the movies that are not getting discovered. These are the industries that people don't know. And whenever we give reviews, whenever I do a podcast, I try to mention Marathi cinema because watch it. There's so many movies that they have that are good, that they don't have any dirty stuff, like like you will say like so much blood or cleavage, because family friendly PG. Their humor is clean. Like I was laughing my ass off throughout the movie. It was so good. Even now, I recommend it to people. And if I had it, like my original language is Spanish, if I could send this movie to like my home country, I would do it because we don't have this type of movies. These are the movies that rarely get made. So if you could also, it is my request to you, recommend this type of movies, speak about it, and even Punjabi movies. We have watched it, amazing. These Gippy Garawal,
Yeah.
he has really great movies.
I've seen Marathi films. I think like last year, I think there was Valvi, which I really enjoyed. It's like a dark comedy film. I don't know if it was last year or before that. I think the thing with Marathi is that the access is not that much. I do get the releases near me, but again, it's just you're already so consumed with covering so much. It really has to. I need to hear that. Oh, you need to watch this, something really good, which I try to go out of my way and find it where I can watch it and watch it. I think Valvi was on Z5, if I'm not wrong. And
Yeah.
they have been like, I saw Wade, right? Ritesh Deshmukh's romantic film that came out. that got a lot of buzz. Everyone's talking about it, and it was playing, near me. Then I thought, okay, I'll go and check it out, and I liked it. It was a good, romantic film. I think then they dubbed it also in Hindi later. And Nat Samrat, Sairat is one of my favorites. One of my favorite films, and it's just that with Marathi cinema, there has to be like what happened in Malayalam, which I've noticed because I've been following it for many years. That's even those films were not readily available. You need to go out of your way to really find them. And now it's like they release near me. That's how far we have come. And local
Yes.
literally they have added more shows for it. So that's the
Yeah.
big victory. Like Onam, there were three releases, big releases, and all three were playing near me. That usually doesn't happen. So that how far they have come. And Marathi also, there has to be way of it reaching out. It needs to spread its wings. I hope they'll do one day, definitely reach there. But yeah, that's that the thing is the boom that happened with South Indian industry that really needs to happen for even Bengali cinema. I keep getting asked to check out Bengali cinema. I don't even get to watch Punjabi films because it's just I'm so consumed by so much. Like I think the 28th Lokah came out. Then I saw Hidyapurvam. Next day I saw Param Sundari. Then I saw the Fahad movie. And within 26 hours, I saw four films. Then I had to make videos about them. And now there's one more show I need to catch up. I don't even watch two yet. So I'm already so considering a Gujarati film, right? Now it has spread its wing. It is now available near me, so I can watch it. So I'm just so consumed with all of this to really go out of the way and check out more stuff. It's just super hard. So someone thinks something really needs to shine and everyone's talking about it. That's what you need for that word of mouth to spread. And then of course more people will go and try to catch it.
Yes, that is true. Like, I don't know if you have checked next week, this week, coming movies. There's
Yeah.
so many, so
Yes,
many, like,
September.
yeah, we wake up like by 5 many times, 4 a.m. to go, and like from, I don't know, 6 a.m. if we get the show. We're there watching movies till like late. Then we are in the car recording reels and all this stuff. It is crazy. Like the amount of movies that they're releasing lately, back to back to back, like you don't get a break. It is super
Yeah.
hard. And like you said, many times these movies just slip through the
Slip
cracks.
by. Yeah. Yeah. And I
Yes.
just want to say, people listening to us, see, we are not complaining at all. It's a great job to have that you have to watch movies, but it's just that we cannot cover everything. We cannot watch everything that comes out. Like there are 10 releases happening every weekend, from every industry. There are multiple, series coming out. Like that's why, you have, someone told me that you cannot do everything, just focus. That's why focus has been on Southern and especially Malayalam cinema. Like I cannot watch everything. It's impossible. If I watch everything, I cannot make videos then. So you have to. It's all about managing that time. So it is difficult, but I think we do it because we love it.
Yes, 100%. Like there are many times that I'm not able to go to watch a movie. Like you can see
Yeah,
in the channel, there are many times that my husband is alone, and it isn't like I don't want to watch the movie. It's not like that. I'm not able to watch it. I don't have the time. Many times we have to split. Like I'll watch this movie, he'll watch this movie. Like at least we have that advantage that we communicated. Our mindset is very similar, so usually we agree with what we think of the movies. But generally, guys, editing the video, then we don't script. We are pretty like unfiltered when it comes to making a review, but still you have to edit. Still many times your camera will have issues, then your mic will have issues, then the traffic, and then in one movie theater is this movie, then in another theater you have this
yeah.
movie. It is crazy. And
I think sometimes you don't even get find time to eat between the shows.
no.
Like this, like I literally have to rush. Like when the movie start ends, the credit rolls, I have to rush to the other theater, other screen. They're starting it soon. So, and just to something not many people talk about, when you have multiple release happening, I need to check out the whole list. If I see the first show of this, and then this show is at this time, and then how to make it so I can watch all three or all two like in a
Yes.
row. And it's something people don't know what goes behind.
Yes, you have to organize your schedule like, okay, this movie is this long, so it will match with this movie. And then I
Yeah,
also have to make the video, so it is like 5-10 minutes to do. Like many times, what do we do? Like when we do the reels, like we'll be starting to watch the movie, like the ads are running and we're editing the reel on the phone while the ads are running, and we're just doing like that. Like, you don't know the work it goes behind it. We love it. That's why we do it, but it is hard. So please, guys.
I want to know if it has happened that you both saw a movie and you had difference of opinion. What happens then?
Mm. Yes, it actually happened recently with this. God, it is very hard for me to pronounce the recently Mohanlal movie. The name of the
Hidyapuravam.
part. Yes,
Okay.
exactly. That movie was a struggle because, like, in the beginning we started with similar opinion, and
Okay.
then like in between it changed. Once the movie was over, he didn't like it as much as I liked it, because I like a bit more of this drama movies, more serious. He's not like that. My husband is like, in this part he has like a bit of a difference. Even like when it comes to romantic movies, usually I watch, and he doesn't like that much. So I was like super happy. I loved like the way they portrayed the DCs, the way they portrayed everything. Like most of the thing, I didn't like the love angle that they put in between. That was the only thing. But yeah, like it happens many times, or it has been like that. That um, there was one horror movie. I cannot recall the name. It was about an elder man that he lived in this retirement home, and then weird things were happening inside that retirement home. I'll tell my husband to put it in the comments because I cannot recall. So when the
Which
movie ended,
language? Which language was it?
I don't know. I I'm
Okay.
very bad with this. My
No, no
memory is not
problem.
as
No
sharp as
problem.
my husband. But it was like that. That wait, my husband will edit this. Wait. Okay, now going back to the topic. So this movie, it is Night Silence. If you haven't been to Red Lorry, they had really great movies. We went for the first time and we watched so many movies. And this movie, like the ending is a bit different. And like he understood something and I understood something else. Like it is like that. It is like very kind of like they don't explain. You have to add it up by yourself.
Yeah.
So we were like, okay, what is going on? And it is rare for us to happen. Like we watch so many horrors that by now we know like when the movie is starting or even like mid the movie, we're like, oh, this is going to happen, this is going to happen. But this movie was like that. That what was the ending? Like the interpretation was so different, and we had to sit and like for half an hour we were discussing. Like I think it is this. I think it is this interpretation. So this is one thing I love a lot about having YouTube channel. It is not only like people think that you have a YouTube channel immediately you're rich. It is not like that. It it is not like that. It simply doesn't will bring you profit from the beginning. It is mostly that you have to be passionate about it. Only like that you can continue. So one thing that makes me passionate is being able to talk with my husband about films. Any type of film, whatever you put, it is like I love discussing this. Many times, even during the review, I'll say something, then he'll say something else. Many times for him, the movie is really good. For me, it is not that good. Like Salman Khan movies, he's a hardcore fan. So I'll be like, okay, it is fine. And he'll just be crazy jumping, Salman bhai. It, so yeah, it happens a lot that we like have this difference in opinion, but we never argue about it. Like we get along so well. We're such good friends that usually it is more about like having this synergy that okay, you think this, I think this, and then many times I'll be wrong or he'll be wrong. But and that's why we also love this podcast because many things I can tell you like okay, it is like this, and then you tell me no, it is not like this. This is like this, or you will give me more information, and I'm like okay. Like I like what you told me about this, so I'm like still it is going through my mind like you don't have an idea. Like it'll be in my mind like for so many days. So it is just amazing for me. I love what I do, and talking to you also has been like a great pleasure. And it is not an outro. Don't worry, guys. I'm just saying it in between. It is not the outro. We still have many things to talk about it. And now we'll go back. I'm sorry,
Okay.
guys. I got off track. So now I want to go about Fahad Fasil, Fafa. He's an amazing actor. I also like him a lot. I cannot say that I'm a fan because saying that I'm a fan would mean I watch so many movies, which would be a lot, but I do watch whatever movie comes up. And do you feel like he was not properly used in Pushpa 2. Like, given his range, many people feel like he could be a like more pan-Indian star. Like he has more range. So, do you feel like he has this potential, or that also filmmakers should treat him more like a pan-Indian star, like someone that can lead a movie and generally redefine many genres, like we saw recently in, I'm very bad with names. I'm so sorry. In this, I just saw the name in this comedy movie. God, this that it had na this song Illuminati.
Avesham.
Avesham, yes, Avesham, yes. Guys, I'm so sorry, generally. I know why you love ThalaBuddy so much. I'm very bad with names. I struggle for real. So yes, with Avesham, like we saw that example that he like did an amazing job in here, and even he wasn't like completely the main star. So what do you think about again the question that he was not properly used in Pushpa as the villain, and given like his range, he should be given like a better treatment?
Talking about Pushpa 2, I'm actually allegedly someone who enjoyed that film, and I got a lot of backlash for that. And talking about Fahad's role, I think, see, I said this in my review also, that it is knowing what the potential of him as an actor. You feel like, why would you do that to that character, and could have been so much better. But like, if you look at the context, see, it is a Allu Arjun movie. It doesn't matter who they cast, if it's Fahad Fazil also. At the end, it has to be like Allu Arjun winning and him losing. So they had to, it had to go that way, sooner or later. Maybe we would have staged one more movie, we would have in the third movie. Maybe he's still alive, the burned guy, like all the theories are there. But that's the whole idea, is that that character has to die this way or lose this way to Pushpa. Pushpa is the hero of the film. So in that sense, the story is demanding that, so it cannot do anything else. And talking about him as a pan-India star, I think he himself don't believe that. Forget other people thinking he's one or not. He himself doesn't believe that he's that, and he doesn't care about those things. And he himself chooses the projects he wants to do according to the script and the story, and how much he likes and enjoys it. It's not, for him, it's not about, Avesham is not a pan India film. It became a pan India film. That's the difference. They sold the OTT rights within 4 weeks before release, because they were getting a good money. If they didn't know that film will become such a big hit, right? That's the thing. It became a sensation, and if they had not gone for the OTT deal, I think they would have released the Hindi version themselves, and the film would have gone that 500 crore mark easily. Like, there
Yes.
were people who, like, people who are not into movies, they will never watch a film with subtitles. They went in theaters to watch it in subtitles, because they have heard so much about it. It became so viral on social media. Everyone wanted to watch it, even with subtitles. They like, I know someone who saw it on OTT, and he told me he paused every 5 minutes to read, because he's not, he's not used to it. Watching movies is just a, like a normal thing for him, and he was pausing every 5 minutes to read subtitles to understand, and then watching, and he still enjoyed it. So that tells you that you make a good film, it will travel. And it,
Yes.
Pavisham was not supposed to be a pan India film. So it's again, the an actor coming from that industry where he doesn't care about all this, which is very obvious from his interviews and all. He just wants to do a film. He really likes the story, and that's it. There's nothing more to talk about. Like, he doesn't care about pan India stuff. He just cares about telling a good story he wants to work on.
Yes. I agree with that. Like I have noticed that he usually doesn't pick like the main character. He likes to pick a bit more of a side character, but that has like a strong story. The first time I saw him was in Vikram, and God, it was something else. That movie, it blew my mind. It has come to your notice that usually he doesn't pick like such a central role. Like usually you think like with his range he'll pick like the main lead star. But in many movies he also picks like the side character. Like not the person that you would expect that will shine so much, but somehow still he manages. And from there I completely agree with what you said. Like you can see his passion, that it is not about being the superstar, it is not about being the main hero, it's about like trying new stuff, new roles, new things. And like you said Malayalam heroes are like that, and with that, I want to ask about Mohanlal. He is known as the complete actor, and I
Yeah.
have seen few of his films because he has too many that it is impossible in this lifetime for me to watch it completely. So, can you let me know, like, for viewers like me or people that they don't know about him, why he's called like that?
I think again he's someone who has just done so much work, and every kind of film and every kind of role that he has played, a negative role, a hero, a character role. Like he has done everything, and I think he has, because he has done everything. That's why he's got the name of complete actor. He all kind of ranges from every emotion, everything. Like I have seen actually his older films, when he was young, and like almost I think every decade at least one film I've seen. So I've kind of have understood, why people call him that, and the range he can show. He's an actor who initially I found it difficult because he's someone who doesn't do much. Like, we are so used to watching over exaggerated performances, and he is someone who, without doing much, is emoting so much. I think that Drishyam is a big example. Recently, Thudaram, film this year, that was like a show reel for him. His whole career, you can see him in a bit of comedy mood, sad mood, angry mood, action mood. Like that film covers everything. That's like complete film for complete actor, and that kind of gives you the scope and the range he has. And yeah, again, he's someone who has done every kind of film. Maybe he's someone who, like, I think doesn't say no a lot, I feel, because he has done some films which are not very great and nice choices. But again, he did it because he didn't care. It's not for him. I need to be the hero and this and that. Like people have come up, oh, you are a star, and we want Malayalam cinema to have a big star, and we need to pitch these big films with you. And some has worked and became a biggest hit of the industry, and then many have not, just were really bad. So he has gone up and down a lot. But yeah, nothing you cannot take away from it. He next day after film comes out, next day is back to work. That's what every other actor is like. They make a film, it releases, they're back to work. It's just, it's like the old mentality of when you hear, Akshay, Ajay Devgan, all of those people talking about like they used to be shooting 5, 6 films at a time. They didn't
Yes.
even know the one film they shot is already out. They were just going shooting, and they didn't even know how much have come out or not come out. So that era is kind of not the same, but that's still continuing, at least Malayalam, because they, again, budgets are so less. The time they take to shoot films is less. Most of the stories are very rooted and in a single place location. So it's just easier to make those films, and they just keep working. Like that's what they want to do. They're very clear with that.
Yes, you can see the love, like, for the art.
Yeah,
They actually treat it like an art, not only like a business. And like, now talking about Mohanlal, that we're saying this Halloween, Malayalam cinema is bringing us a horror movie. That it has, like, it will be very different from what we saw a bit. And I don't know how you pronounce this properly. It is, I know it is Latin. Dies Irae, I think so. Dies
yeah.
Irae. Don't
Even
know how you
I'm bad
pronounce
at it, so not
it.
the
Yeah,
right person to.
you guys Google it and you will hear it. We're not experts in here, but it is horror movie. Why do you think, like, they're succeeding in these horror genres? They're making, obviously they're making different stuff, and it reminded me of this Mammootty sir's movie, and, like,
Yeah.
a bit of black and white, more slow, because usually horror movies it is like jump scares and jump scares. The way they're doing it, it is a bit more story wise, like more centered on the story, that it is introducing you to the characters, and it is looking like that. So what Malayalam cinema is doing right in here that Bollywood keeps failing, doing the same formula over and over again with this horror?
Oh, really, I don't know what to say because horror is not my thing. I don't watch a lot, and I'm sorry. But it's like I've seen, some like a Midsummer. I've seen Hereditary. Those are the films where like horror makes sense to me. Like it is like human horror, And I don't know if you have seen the film Bhutakalam, which was this same director's first film, and he only made Brahmayugam.
I think so.
So that film is also almost like Hereditary, where it's the horror is a trauma, the
Mhm.
loneliness, the mental health stuff, and the way it's induced with horror stuff. So again, that's kind of where I find some connection to horror films, but not the ghosts and jump scares. And I'm not like, I've heard Weapons recently came out. It's really good. I've yet to watch it, but that's something I've heard. It's like comedy also, it's thriller also, and it's horror also. Like it's a good mixture of it. So I'll have a look. But yeah, other that again, any genre, right? Again, it's about you're passionate about it, you are very clear in your mind what you want to make, and you're doing that. Bollywood, I don't even remember what last horror film they ever made. Like, I don't know if Tumbad is considered horror or not, but that's one of the finest. Again, it is not made
Yes.
by industry people. I think Karan Johar made a horror film, like has produced it with the Vicky Kaushal called Bhoot or Shape. I don't know what even. Wait, it was called something. There was part two, so obviously part one or something, and didn't work out. It was supposed to be a ship that has come near the ocean, like the sea, and there's some horror like stuff there. But yeah, again, those they are just inspired from Hollywood stuff, more commercial, in that sense. Again, and if you look at even Brahmayugam, right, it's so rooted. It's so it is like it just happens in that one house. If you look at it, the whole film
Yes.
happens there, but it's just the ideas which are way bigger, you know that the goblin has come and there's this another dimension, and these ideas are so cool and big and interesting, but the story, location, everything is so simple, so grounded. I think that's they just know how to make films, just the craft of storytelling, that you don't need to depend on a lot of money, you don't need a lot of big stars or big sets and production and this and that, like. And I think that what helps is that they also, when they can make a small film, they don't need to do much to market it, and they have to make a lot of money also. They'll make a film. If it's good film, it will work and they'll make the money, and then they go back to make another film again. Just they keep it simple. There's no 1,000 crores that they're chasing.
Yes, you're 100% right. And another thing that they managed to do so well is to keep the ending hidden from you. That many movies are not able to do. If I can say most of the movies are not able to pull it off. That again, we're talking about this Brahma Yugam. It's like till the end you come to know properly what is going on, what is happening, and that they show you like, okay, this is happening. Same thing, very similar with Loka. You know she has powers, but which powers, how she gets them, like they keep everything so well like under wraps, and they're able to break so many stereotypes with their movies. Like you'll not be able to guess what is going on, what is happening, and then it will be like, what happened in here? And if you will allow me, I would like to recommend you one movie. It is indie cinema that it recently got released and it was so good. It is horror, but it is not your typical horror with jump scares and everything. I think you will enjoy it. It is Rasa. I don't know if you have watched it.
Okay.
It
No,
is a great movie. I can like 100% I'll recommend it. It is new cast, new actors, everything is new, and it also happens like in one hotel. Everything that is
okay.
happening, it is like one restaurant hotel type. Really great. If like you don't have that for supernatural horror and all this stuff, 100% I'll recommend it to you. And I just like to recommend it because it is indie cinema. If they're doing something right, then they deserve the spotlight. They deserve to be known. So please, guys, you
Hmm.
also watch them. Watch. Now, going to another question, I would like to ask you, Dulqer Salman, because I also love him. He is consistently choosing really great scripts, and he has a new upcoming project. What are your thoughts on his new movie, Kantha?
Oh, I'm so looking forward to it. What a teaser that was. I'm so hooked. And I'm always a fan of, uh, films which are going back in time, where like the pre-independence, post-independence area, where and which are not about independence, which are all about the different stuff happening that time, to explore the life. So this is kind of a period film about making movies in that era, and it's kind of, I think, loosely based on true events also, and that itself was a interesting idea. Over that, the way they have made it, it's like so. so weird. So what's going on? It's like crazy stuff is happening, and it's kind of a thriller in that era, in that landscape, which makes it more exciting. Like what's going on, like all this mystery, and it's not gonna be like a hero villain thing. It's the gray area, and the flawed characters, and that's just so exciting. Like just the teaser sold me, and that's easily one of my mostly highly anticipated film. Since that dropped, I'm so excited for it.
Yes, I agree with you. There's in the end there's something about that time. I think even in English movies, like even the outfits that you see,
Yeah,
the buildings, the cars, the care, there's something about it. Like even when you see this new Yash movie that is coming, you
toxic. Yeah,
also get excited, yes, because of the looks. It
yeah.
is like I want to see this type of stuff because there's something about it, and yeah, like there's so many movies about this independence, but the script that they picked, the topic that they picked, it is so unique, and the twist that they will give because they're saying it is a thriller. So how they will do it, I know he will pull it off, but I'm also very excited. Like there's so many great movies coming up. Like
Yeah.
it will keep you at the hyped up. So now, talking again about actors, for me, I feel like there's so many underrated actors in the Malayalam industry. One of them is Tovino Thomas. He has my heart. But we also have amazing Asif Ali. We also have Basil Joseph. So, for you, which one or which others you think that are underrated?
Oh, there are so many. Konchako Boban, you said Asif Ali. Uh, I'm sure I'm forgetting someone. Even Vinayakan, who's gonna come with Mammootty in the next upcoming film, where he's playing the hero and Mammootty is playing the villain, kind of a thing. Uh, there's so many. Like most of them, it's like even Arjun Ashokan. I don't know if you saw Romancham last year.
No.
Not last year, before that. It's from the same director of Avesham. It's like the group
No.
of friends. It has this. It's kind of a horror comedy in a sense, but
Is the
it's
one that they have like a kind of
carom
a
board. Yeah,
Ouija board? Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, I
yeah,
watched
yeah.
it. I watched it. Yes, yes, I know.
So in
It's
that,
really great.
the brother who comes, who just this like this,
Mm,
later who comes, that actor. Even Abesham, who plays Fafa's friend, like Fafa's first
yes,
hand,
yes, yes.
Amban. I forgot his real name. Yeah, they're so. Yeah, I'm sure I'm forgetting someone. I know comments will be like, how could you forget him? But yeah, yeah, like everyone, like most. I don't know if there's a bad actor. I'm like, I don't want to watch this, or I'm not excited when he shows up. So there's no one like that.
Yes, even female actresses. Like there are so many.
Yeah,
Usually people they just mention actors, but guys, we also have to give it like there's so many great actresses. And even like I think there's more underrated actresses that many times we forget to mention them that they're great. Again, you know I'm bad with name, guys. You should know by now, but there are many great actresses. Okay, you do
like
your research.
Parvati is a very well-known name now. Darshana Rajendran is my one of my favorites. Nimisha Sajan. Have you seen the Great Indian Kitchen?
No,
No, it was remade as Mrs. recently with Sanya Malhotra this year
no
only.
idea.
That's
There
definitely my recommended film. One of my favorite films, actually, The Great Indian Kitchen. I think it's on Amazon or it's on YouTube also, if I'm not wrong. But yeah, definitely I'll recommend that film. It's a film which I feel if you think you are a feminist, or if you are, you believe in equal things, and if you feel you're progressive, that film makes you like, no, you are not. That kind of, that's how hard it hits you. And the way, I think more than that, the way they tell the story without forcing it in your face, and making very preachy and all. It's just very well made film. Uh, who else? Again, I'll forget some name or the other. Even Kalyani
I don't
Priyadarshan.
know what is her name of this actress. You watch most likely Rekha Chitram.
Yeah. Uh, Anan, it's Ananya. Wait, let me check. I follow her. Even Anna Ben is really good. Anaswara Rajan. She was also in a comedy film last year with Prithviraj and Basil Joseph. She was good in that also.
She's great. Whatever I have watched of her till now, she's really great at whatever she's doing. Like, I
Yeah.
apologize that I don't know her name, but there are many actresses that you can check out, not only because they're beautiful, but also because they're super talented in that area. And I also wanted to ask you about this, about the decision to cancel Marco 2. It was canceled. I know many people would have said that, yeah, I would like watch Marco 2, but considering how like it was super successful, do you think it was the right decision to cancel it?
Oh, hard question, because if anyone who's watching has seen my review of Marco, they would say I'm all for it. But see, it's I don't know. I felt that film really went into the direction of where it just the violence just for was there for the sake of it. I just really like, it's like, okay, if you take a story and really you want to show something really brutal and it's backed by the narrative, it makes sense. But this film, I really felt they just went for that, you know make you unbelievable that what can we do, in terms of action. And I think that film came out, and a lot of things that film did, and I think that has made the censor board to be more stricter with even adult films they show. I think that led to that. But I'm not someone who believes in ki you should ban something, or you should, like, I think it should be people deciding what is right for them to watch and not someone else to decide. But if the makers themselves felt that, this is not what we want to make, and they think they are leaving a bad, taste or bad thing out there in the society, and they don't want to do it anymore, I guess I'll respect the decision. But yeah, for the film, I felt, yeah, the violence, it went to a place, it was unjustifiable. Like, you were just doing it for the shock value, and just, yeah, it was not backed by any real narrative sense to me. But yeah, again, I don't think it should be banned. Like, it should be person's own decision, but it's the makers who have come out and said we don't want to do anything like more with it. So I guess it's fine.
Yeah, I think Marco and even Animal are those type of movies that they will have like very like different opinions. Like in my case,
Yeah.
I love Marco. Like in my case, violence was good. The way they show that brutality and why I show it, I liked it. In my case, I didn't like Animal's violence. It was just random, and this is something that we were talking about earlier. That is the thing about talking someone next to you, that they will have a different opinion. Like for you it was not justified, for me it was like good that they show like every now and then. Like if you have seen at least Terrifier, there's a genre for the type of people that they like
Yeah,
watching gory movies.
slasher
Yes,
films, right? Slasher films, yeah.
yes, gory
I
movies.
would say Marco, the way they like picturized it or they executed those sequences was really good. Yeah, personal taste wise, I was not a fan of it.
It is, that is the thing, it is about your taste and even what you can like digest. It is not
Yeah,
easily to digest someone like watching, the infant scene or like whatever happens with the family. But again, there's a genre for it. I actually enjoyed the movie so much. I watched it again with my husband. It was so good. But I agree with the decision that they are not making the second part, because many times the second part it is just not the same. We saw it in KGF. Like we wanted to see like something even better than KGF one, but it didn't happen. It was a good movie, but it simply didn't match up what you want to see in the first film. Now, another thing is that the festival Onam is there, and it
yeah,
is known that there are many clashes for this festival, and it till now it hasn't disappointed any clash that has happened. Last year we had Kishkinda Kandam, a great movie. We also had this ARM or
yeah,
ARM, however you want to say it, and this year we had Ridya Puram.
yeah.
If I mispronounce, forgive me, guys, and Lokah. Why do you think Malayalam cinema is able to do this type of thing? Like they're able to manage clashes where both movies end up becoming successful. While in Bollywood, when usually there's clashes, one movie completely flops and the other movie goes beyond.
I think the last clash Bollywood has was the Bhool Bhulaiya and Singham thing, which I think both the films kind of managed it. But I think it's just like a thing, right? Like in South, like in Telugu and Tamil, January is a big month where they have Pongal, and it's like a big festival thing. And because it's part of their culture so much, like watching films, they want a family entertainer. They want to go out and watch something in theater. So that's why there are so many releases happen at that time. And same goes for Onam, that it's a festival holidays, and there'll be families, people wanting to check out something, and especially films like Hidya Purvam or a family entertainer, we can go all and enjoy and have fun and come back, right? So I think these are festival releases. Like even for Hindi, you'd say Diwali is a thing. Then I think 15th August became a thing because of three. And even when this happened, right? Oh My God 2 also came out that time. Was it Oh My God 2 that time only? There were like multiple films and both kind of worked. Gadar, sorry, Gadar 2 came out, and Oh
Oh
My God
my
2
god,
came out together, and both, like, Oh My God 2 also did really well for being an adult film.
yes,
So like there have been clashes which has worked. I feel like when it's if the films are different, and the thing is, see, December is a big thing because December, the last 1 week or something like that, it's a holidays for so many kids and families, and there's so much people want to spend time and to go out, enjoy. It's the end of the year, it's end of the month, kind of thing, so that everyone wants to get that, because they'll get extended weekends so that they can make more money. So you'll get more of big releases happening that time also. So there are particular places, like throughout the calendar, where it makes sense to clash is okay because there's room for everyone. But again, if it's see, the thing is, the problem is that you cannot rely on that. You have to make a good film. Doesn't matter when
yes,
you release it. If it's a good film, you it like there is some logic to thinking when to release the film and what time. But at the end of the day, that cannot be everything. You cannot make any nonsense and then say, "Oh, I'll release it as the best weekend and it will make a lot of money." That's not how it works. We saw that with what happened with War 2 this time.
yes. We know what happened with War 2. There's no need to talk about that, and we will change the industry because lately Bollywood has been quite disappointing. And I want to talk about Kannada industry. I don't know if you have watched
It's
many films from there.
it's Kannada.
Kannada.
Yeah,
Thank you. See, this is the importance. I learned how to pronounce because in here people say Kannada. Kannada.
yeah.
So you have watched many films from that industry?
Yeah, I don't know, many would be how much, but I can like count it, so maybe not many. But yeah, initially, like I used to watch a lot, like smaller ones also. But yeah, like in recent times, like again, the thing, like nothing made so much noise. How Sue from So recently, and it made so much noise, and it was
Yes.
released near me, so I went watched it, loved the film, one of my favorites of the year. So like if a film like that travels, yeah, Kantara, I really enjoyed. The new next film is coming out in October. So that's I'm excited for. Then Yash, whatever Yash is doing, Prashant Neil's kind of went into Telugu in a sense now. He's not making Kannada films, like. But other than that, what has come out? Like, yeah, like there have been
Ghost,
older films.
Veda.
Which one?
You do you like Dr. Shiv Raj Kumar?
I know him, but I've not seen many of his films. Yeah,
He has really great movies. Like for example, this Veda. It is the day I remember that movie. Ghost is also there. It's like you have the massive vibe, but it has really
yeah.
great story. It is super underrated. Guys, watch it also. You also watch it. I recommend it to you. And you were talking about this Sue from Seoul. Where do you see Canada films going right now? Like if they will, like if you think they will be able to reach the pan India status, if you can say that now Malayalam and Telugu has slowly reached.
So Kannada has done it with KGF and Kantara. They kind
Yes,
of reached pan India with those, but again, they just went on a slum after that, where nothing like that. Like they tried, but then they also went into the repetition mode where they made films just like those to try to again get those numbers, but it
yeah,
didn't work out. And then there are these three Shetties, Rakshit Shetty, Rishabh Shetty, and Raj Shetty, who have
Okay.
been like they are carrying Kannada cinema on their shoulders with their different films,
Yeah.
like Charlie 777.
Yes.
Then we had SSE. I don't know if you have seen those films. Like there are two parts to it. It's like a romantic drama, tragic drama. It's like one of the best films. Like it's like the films which I have seen and I don't want to watch ever in my life because they're so tragedy. Like
Yeah.
I felt heartbroken after that. Like it's like I want to go back in time and fix everything, but you cannot, and that's you have to live with. And those films I absolutely loved, one of the best I've seen. But yeah, again, I don't want to watch them ever again because it's so heartbreaking. Uh, so I definitely recommend if people are into these tragic love stories. It's called Sapta Sagaracha Ilo. It's called SSE Part A and Part B. That's how they put it out. It's the same story in two parts, and yeah, amazing films. And yeah, Triple and Charlie, Kantara, what like some older films. If I say there was Lucia, there's Uludentu. Oh, I'm messing the name. Uridavaru Kandante. There's what else? What else? U-Turn, which has been remade into many films. It's a like a horror film again. I'm missing out one more. Which was that? Tira? No, not Tira. I'll leave in the comments. There were few. See a few more. I have forgot the names, but yeah, there have been some like older films, which, like not old, too old. Last 10-15 years also there have been films like GGVV was a big during COVID. It came out of Rajbi Shetty, and that was also did really well. So there are few sparks, but yeah, we just need something like Sue from So. Like you need
Yeah.
some things to really outshine.
Yes, you're 100% right in that area. Like, and another issue is that you don't get the screens. That is
Yeah,
another big headache. Again, same thing that we were discussing, because they are not able to get like big films, they're not able to get screens, and then people don't watch them. But generally, watch this Ghost. And if you guys want to cry, go watch the movie that he recommended. It is up to you. I will not watch it. I'll be honest. Whatever movie that I know it is an ending, like I avoid it. I want to watch this Amran, like you say Hindi by
yeah.
Dhoka. My husband gave me Dhoka because he knows. I already told him, like, if it is a sad ending, I don't want to watch it. You go by yourself. He told me, no, 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 it's a good movie, and he knows I like the actor. And he was like, no, let's go watch it. I cried so much. The same thing happened with Superboys of Malaga.
Yeah.
God, I cried so badly, like I avoid it. So if you guys like to watch this type of movies, follow these recommendations, cry as much as you want. But yeah, it is like beyond me to watch movies to cry. I cannot do it. So again, going back to Bollywood, the disappointment that they just keep failing. We recently saw War 2. The one that broke my heart the most was Coolie 2. Coolie 2. Coolie. Like they were marketed like such a great movie. Like it is the movie of the year. It is like you have to watch it. It will be a blockbuster, but it fell flat. What do you think went wrong with those films?
Oh, great. It's like, I would like, again, War 2 is someone I kind of was fine with because it actually, like, I had very low expectations and it kind of met those expectations. Like, I'm not saying it's the best movie or it was really amazing. I liked it because I knew this is what they were going after the watching the trailers. Like before that I had expectations Ayan Mukherjee will do something really cool, and we have these two actors, like something interesting would be there. But when I saw the trailer, I'm like, okay, this is the same thing over again. They're just doing the same thing now. And according to that, my expectations were low and it just matched that. Like some things would have been better, but overall okay, I liked it. The actors came, there were few interesting moments. The VFX was really bad. The story could have been better, it could have been more tighter. But I was fine. Maybe the ending, I didn't like the ending that he survives. Like spoilers, I think, like they could have really made him a epic villain, and just because he's a big hero in Telugu, so they just try to redeem it, which didn't make much sense. I think it would have been epic ending if they had killed him, or like that sequence, right? Like when he in the finale, like he tells him that whoever comes close to you dies or something happens. That should have been actually the whole film. That he's like it should have been him torturing Kabir. That the whole villain thing shouldn't have been there at all. Like that should have been sidelined before. Like it should have been him versus him, and him just torturing him mentally. Like he's trying to kind of like Batman Joker vibe. That he's so
Yes.
personal to him. He wants to destroy Kabir, and that's his victory. He doesn't care about India. He doesn't care about anyone. He just cares about him, and that should have been the backbone of the narrative instead of this whole villain and him getting like all that stuff just didn't work that well. But okay, it just that's what they wanted to make. They made that, and I'm fine. Coolie, on the other hand, I think again the expectation. A lot of people say, "Are you expected it to be something else?" I'm like, I'm not expecting it to be something else. I want expected it to be a good story, good filmmaking. That's what Logesh is good at. He
Yes.
he takes a big star and he really grounds the star in a really good story where things make sense and logic, and he tells a really entertaining narrative of that. Here, what happened? The problem was that he did that. He tried to do it, and then he just like let it go. And the second half is just all over the place, and nothing makes logical sense. And it just became that just I want to give cool moments for Rajnikant, and I feel like Lokesh is better. He's better filmmaker and better writer and a better director than that. Like you could have actually made a really good film, but you instead of that you chose to just give high moments for Rajnikant and you let go of telling a good story. So I think that was more disappointing. For me, I think that was more disappointing than War 2 because I expected that was the expectation that they'll do that only. So I was fine with it. Whereas Cooley, I was expecting him to, you know, it to be a better film, and they just chose to not. Like, it's not a bad film. It's enjoyable. It's fun. It's okay. One time I watched. I don't think I'll revisit ever. Whereas other Lokesh films, I've actually rewatched them, and it's more fun to watch. Maybe even this film, if you rewatch, it's fun to watch. I don't know, but at this point, I don't think of rewatching. So yeah, that was War 2 and Coolie for me.
Yes, I think the main thing about War 2 was that War, the first movie, was really good. Like the way they used Tiger was beautiful. That is how you make a villain, and then you will expect like at least with the teaser it was like fine. With the trailer it was like doubtful that it will be good because from there you can see like it is not looking that good. We were this like we discussed this like I don't think it will be that great. There was no excitement, but still like like sometimes you think like I went with zero expectations and still you managed to disappoint me. It was like that forward to like I thought that it would be bad. Like Patan wasn't good. It was like fine. CGI wise, story wise, it was fine. It worked a lot because of the main actors.
Yeah,
Here was like even worse than that. Like not even basic logic is working here, and like I don't know. I don't know what they think. How they damage actors like this. How you damage like the only decent, properly decent story that you could have gone. Like already Tiger is done. Salman Khan said that he supposedly will not continue. Then Patan is like here. The only one that you had you fucked it up. I'm sorry, but it
I
was
think I think what happened is with Pathan, right? Like the whole buzz was for Shah Rukh. It's a very average story, and it also doesn't like the thing is, I saw this on social media and people talking about it. They talk about Pathan as if it was a masterpiece or it was what amazing. I don't think it was that. It also had
no.
horrible VFX at moments. It didn't have logic at moments, but it's just that the charm of Shah Rukh Khan and him coming in after so long, that kind of pushed the film to a next level where people thought it's a great film. That's why it's doing so well. It was just Shah Rukh and his absence for so many years. And I think that led to them thinking, okay, this is what people want. And they just tried to, and Tiger 3 was already in making, they were making it, and it just didn't work. I think people were tired with the same India Pakistan stuff. It was just nothing new. And again, with War 2, they thought War worked. Again, we'll take another actor, we'll pitch them against each other again, spy stuff, going to different places, and the same road. It's literally, if you see the action sequences are also the same. There's an action sequence in the snow. There's action sequence on the plane. There's action sequence on, there's a chase sequence. Like, it's literally, you're just repeating the formula because you think it worked before. We'll make it work again. We have the actors, and I think that's where they went wrong. That people like are tired, and the biggest problem is that in Hollywood, right now, they have reached a point where they are doing all the action in real. They are going to real locations. Tom Cruise doing everything for
Yes.
real. That's what giving you the big high on screen. They're going for the IMAX and this, and what we are going IMAX with, so obvious green screen shot. Like, the landscape has changed. You need to evolve. You need to I think my favorite sequence in War 2 was the backstory, because there was no VFX in that. It was actually, they went to, small locations, real locations in the city with the two kids, and it felt like a different. This is not the same YRF universe. It felt different. So yeah, that's what's going wrong with YRF.
I just hope they don't make more. Please stop it. Like even the
I
trailers,
doubt
they're
that.
the same. Like the trailers, they follow the same thing. Like everything is good. You get a handsome hero, handsome villain. Then in between bikini scene, then again clash, and then coming up. It just
We
follows
have we
the
have
same.
Alpha coming in December, so they have already made one. So let's see after that what happens.
Please stop. Like generally, please stop at this point. Take a break and then bring something good that has potential that it will not damage. Like even like Ritik, Salman, Shahrukh, they're great actors. It is not like that they're not great. They're great actors, but they're not getting such great scripts. It is like so disappointing what they're doing right now that they were better in the 90s. They were better in the early 2000s than right now. And another thing, going back to Kuli, I think you had such great cast from so many industries, and how you wasted them. Like, it was such a waste of talent. It was such a waste. Like, we had this Marathi actor, we had this American, like, still, we were waiting more. Like, whatever you show on the trailer was almost the part that he had by the ending.
Yeah,
Like you added like 3 more minutes and that's it. Like yes, it was, you can say, like a fan service for Rajni fans when they show like old Rajni, and that was
yeah.
really great. That I loved it. But still, a movie shouldn't be only based on your fans. It should also have story, and like you said, you go expecting something because of who is there. You are there, Lokesh, and then what do you give us? What story you try to sell us? You are trying to say that this is something different. This will like show you so many people from different industries that they're having these many roles. Like even Nagarjun was so wasted in here. Like, come on, what is happening with you? This year has been very disappointing with these movies. Like the movies that have a lot of expectations, they're falling flat, and the ones that basically didn't have any marketing, that they didn't have any hype, are the ones that are like blowing up your mind. It is something else. And with this, this is a question that I don't know if you watch wrestling, WWE.
I know about it. I don't follow it continuously.
Okay, most
Like there
likely
was a
you know
time,
Undertaker
like there was
time.
a time I used to follow very much, but yeah, then I was out of it.
Yeah, most likely I think it was like this old age when Undertaker, Stone Cold, Triple H was there.
Yeah,
So relating to this, one of the like super unique movies coming up, Chata Pacha. I hope I'm saying right. It is also from Malayalam industry, and it is India's first WWE based movie. So as a reviewer and as someone also that understands, audiences, South audiences in general, public, what are your hopes for it? And you also personally, what do you think like this might bring?
what's the name of the film?
Chata Pacha. I hope I'm saying right.
I I never heard about it. Like that they're making a WWE movie. Like, or
Mhm.
maybe I'm just not. I don't know. I do. I guess if the story is, see, I'll take the example F1. I don't watch F1. I have no idea
Okay.
about the sport or how it works in this. Like it's a racing. They just go in laps. Whoever comes first is first. Yeah, that's it. Basic. But it's I think the storytelling. Like I saw it when I saw it. I loved it. One of my favorite films of the year. And then I recently was in Mumbai, so I went for IMAX screening because I had not seen the first time in IMAX. So I went in IMAX and I just saw the film again, and I just saw how brilliantly they set up the first 20 minutes of the film. That if you don't know anything, you are instantly you understand what's going on. Every
Yes.
character, why they are there, what they want, what is their motivation, what's the goal. Everything is so clear, and then you just follow them. Going for that. And it doesn't matter if you know the sports or not at all. Like if you're making a WWE movie, I'm guessing the story it should. I'm guessing it will be underdog story or something like that. And what you do with that story. Like there was a boxing film in Malayalam this year. Alukuda Gymkhana. I don't know if you saw it.
No.
It's on Sony Live now, streaming there. And again, it's a boxing film, but it is such a unique boxing film. It's not the typical underdog story, and the guy rises and then falls and then rises again and wins. No, it's not at all. It's just based on the director's own experience, that in his teenage times he just got into boxing, and he just went for a competition, and that's the story of this film. But they've shown it in such a cool way. It's so fun. The music is so good. You just get pumped, and the boxing scenes are so well done. And it's just a teenager story, just getting together, and just for fun they join boxing, and now they're into boxing. And there's no I'll not spoil it, but it's not the typical that one character you're following and the hero will reach the finals and he'll win or lose. No, it's nothing like that. It's totally random in a sense that you'll feel like, what's the point of this? If you've seen a lot of boxing films. But that's what makes it stand out. It's about these characters, what's going on, just having fun and enjoyable moments. It's really a delight to watch, for me at least. I know a lot of people thought, oh, it's boring and what's the point of all of this, but it's a quiet taste kind of a thing. So if they do the same thing with this or any genre, we talked about horror before, with any genre, if you just tell a good story, it doesn't matter the setting and all of it just adds to the layers of how good the film is.
Yes, I in that part I agree with you. Sometimes it is not even about what you said about winning. Even in
Yeah,
this F1, they touch that topic. That all the time it is not about you winning. It is sometimes about something else beyond
yeah.
that. Like it is not only like you should get a trophy or something. It is beyond that thing. And yes, I hope that it will be great. I do watch WWE wrestling and everything, but
Who's your
I'm
favorite?
excited. Well, currently, I'm more watching this AEW. WWE is not that good right now. I
Okay.
still like Edge, this rated R superstar. I still like him. Like in between when he changed companies, when he changed to AEW, it was like because he changed his name to Cope. So like, why? And then again he improved a bit, and then he came back with Christian. I don't know if you know who he
Yeah, I know
is.
Krishna. Yeah.
Yeah, so now they're back together as tag team partners. So
Okay.
I'm still happy because of that. But yeah, like still Randy Orton is there, John Cena is retiring. There's still good stuff, but not as good. Like if you want to watch again, I'll recommend you start watching this AEW. Right now they have better storyline. You also have this MJF. You have Kenny Omega. You have Adam Hangman Page. I always struggle with the names. I'm so sorry. But yeah, they have many great stories, and now they're like so many wrestlers from New Japan. So yeah, if you want to go ahead and watch it, it is becoming good. WWE, no, not really right now. I wouldn't recommend it, but you can enjoy Cena's last matches because he's almost
Yeah,
retiring.
I get those reels and clips of what's going on, and he became like a negative guy. First time I think, kind of,
Hmm.
uh, and
First
now he's
time, no,
back
but
to
in a while.
yeah, and now he's back to the good guy, and people love him. And in my childhood only, when I started actively watching, my first episode was of Raw when Nexus showed up for the first time, the group. Like John Cena has a match and they show up and they just beat him. All of them just beat him. And that was the first time I was like, what is going? This is so wrong. How can they do it? And I was so invested in it. And yeah, then a lot of stuff happened. but yeah, that was the time I totally got into it, and I used to have those cards with the all the details about the each
Yeah.
wrestler, and then I had a PC game also. Just choose I just the random players and just play without the rules. I just change the rules and make it more fun and all of that. So that's the connection I have with WWE and the wrestling stuff.
I think most of the people, especially those who were there in this attitude era or even
Yeah.
this ruthless aggression era, they have seen much of it. Like in my case, sadly, I was very young at that time. I was born late. So I didn't watch, but even if I ask my parents, like they know about wrestling. My husband, he's a great fan. Because of him, I started watching wrestling. So it has a great impact, and I'm excited that they're making this type of movies because it is not easy. Like right now, there are no Indian, I think, superstars in WWE. Like whoever were there, they got fired. They came to Hyderabad, and we went to watch them and everything. And then when we saw, they got released a bit later. So they even
Okay.
had this Punjabi wrestler and everything. So
Yeah, Jinder Mahal, right?
not only him, there
Jin
was another
Kali
Sankey. There, he was
Sangha.
young.
Okay.
Uh, he was young.
I
Like
don't know.
he was like starting, and then they released him. Jinder Mahal, he's big. Like he became big
Yeah.
name and everything. But the other guy, he was just starting, and yes, they came to India and they had their match. We also had this. I don't know his name, but he was Bhim in Mahabharat. He was
Oh
also
yeah.
there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so they got released. But now, finally, the last question I have for you. What lessons should Bollywood be learning from South industries? I know there are many. Even if you want to mention only Malayalam, it is fine. And what they should do, what they should learn if they want to reconnect again with their audiences.
Oh my God, that's a $1 million question right there. I, I think like if you had asked me this a year or some time back, I would have said few things. But right now I would, if someone even listening from in the industry, I'm like, maybe don't learn any lessons. Just try to tell a story you really want to tell. I think Sayyara is a big example of that. It is a very Bollywood film. It is that quintessential romantic film, and it works because it is you just made it with your conviction. If you listen to the director's interview, he was told that no one will watch today. No one will watch newcomers. No one will watch a romantic film. It doesn't work. Make action film. Like, no, don't listen to anyone. Don't learn any lessons. Just try to make what you really want to make, and that's how you get a Sayyara. I think Sayyara it became such a big hit, and a lot of people try to hate on it because it's just actually it's a really well made film. It's really the way they've captured it, the way they have told the narrative, the way they have showed romance between the two. They've actually the music, the way music is used. It's not just there randomly music comes between them. No, they actually build the story around the music of the film. So that tells you that you can make a 12th fail. I recently saw the documentary of behind the scene how they made it. He actually got big directors of Bollywood to come to you make the movie, I'll produce it, you make it. And they all said no, no one will watch this, the story is really bad, this and that. And then he's like, okay, you know what, I'll only make it. And he made it the way he wanted to, and we saw what it is, one of the best films. I think the last 10 years, I would say one of the best Hindi films I saw. Forget Hindi, one of the best films, period. So I just, what, just make a story you care about, you really want to tell. Don't listen to people because this is working, so you're making this, or that is working. This actor will give you more reach, and forget, just tell the story you want. And then, according to the story, cast people, get budgets, whatever. Just make the story you want to do. That's it. Don't learn anything from anyone. Just do what you know what to do.
Yes, I genuinely like the advice that you gave. I think it is not only applicable to this, it is even applicable to us that we give reviews and everything. As long as you do something from your heart,
Yeah.
usually things tend to work. If it comes from passion, not from the place that you want to pocket money, not from a place that you're thinking of stakeholders, producers, and this and that. but more from the place that you think like I have this story in my heart. I want to tell it, and here you have it. I'm giving it my all. Watch it, and that's how also you get so many Malayalam cinema movies. So
Yeah.
I loved your answer. Generally, it was really great
Thanks.
answer. Yes. So now we go to the last part. It is the rapid fire segment.
Oh, wow. My first
Yes.
ever.
Yes. So first one, it is my own question, my personal question.
Okay.
Why you chose this name for your channel? Like even for
Oh,
you, Nona Prince. Yes.
that is actually I'm saving that story for my 1 million subscriber thing. But yeah, it's nothing really big. It's just randomly I made account when I made my Gmail account, and I just because Nona is my home name, like everyone at home calls me that, and I think the Google sheet asked your like nickname or like a term, extra term, what you want to call.
Yes.
I don't know. My sister said right Prince, so I wrote Prince, and yeah, that was my nickname on Gmail. And when I made my channel, I was like, okay, I don't mind this name, and yeah, then it became a thing. So I'm like, okay,
I
it just
spoiled
happened.
your Q&A. I'm so sorry.
No, no problem.
Because I remember like when I was talking with my husband, he was telling me, Kami, what questions we set up? And I was like, I want to ask him why he picked up that name. Like he didn't even think about it. Like I want to ask. Like I have this nagging question. Like why you pick up that name? Like, it is very different. Like Nona. What is Nona? Like Prince or
So
even. Uh-huh.
I found out that in Malayalam, Nona means liar. So like people call me the Prince of Lies.
Wow.
So I guess it's a it was a fate.
Yes. Generally, like what were the odds of also me asking you here? Like because my first thought was like why you didn't put Prince before Nona? Like usually people would put Prince Nona, but it is Nona Prince. I was like, what is the logic? Now I get it. Now I can go to sleep peacefully. That it is because of this. Okay, now I'll go to the real questions. This was my own question. One Bollywood movie you wish was made in Malayalam style.
Malayalam style. Oh, there's so many which I feel they should have gone that way. Uh, Param Sundari. Let's go with that.
Most underrated Malayalam film of the past 5 years.
Oh, I'm really bad with this. Most underrated in the last 5 years.
Yes.
I would say Atam. There was a film came last year, one of my favorites. I think it like people talked about it, but I think it's a film that should travel. Like it is deserved to be traveling.
Okay. And who do you see next as the super pan Indian star?
Oh, the next pan Indian star. I g- mm, I feel DQ is already a pan Indian star. Like he has done movies in every language. He's very well known. So I think he's already won. Uh,
Um, he has a potential, but still he hasn't reached like that superstar. But he could
yeah,
be.
yeah. So
Yeah.
I'll say DQ.
Yeah, he's a fair choice, and he's super talented and handsome. If you watch this, please follow him. He's really talented. Now, an overrated Bollywood film everyone praises, but you didn't like.
Oh, let's stick to this year. I'm very bad with memory, so to go back in time, like I'll find many. I think most years there is some film which I'm like, okay, this didn't deserve it. But if I just look, very surprising one, Superboys of Malegaon. I actually didn't like the film that much. Like I get the emotions, I get everything, but I just felt the film was, it didn't. Again, I think it's the Malayalam cinema thing where it just felt too polished for me. I never felt I'm watching these real people living in real lives. It always felt like I'm watching a set. The clothes are always clean. the places like it just felt too much. It's overproduced, that they have spent too much money to make it look really good, that it actually takes away from the fact that this is supposed to not look that good. There, it's a very small towns or small villages, and not it's like almost a slum area also. Like it should not look so gorgeous and beautiful and aesthetically amazing. So I think that just I was just disconnected. And even story wise, I felt it was just too basic. Like change cinema to any other sport. It's a typical underdog kind of narrative. I just felt they couldn't add much more to it. Like how much I know the real story, the real documentary about the same thing. I just felt it just, like, I just saw it and I'm like, I was fine. I'm not saying it's a bad film. I just felt it's for people just praise it as the best in the film of the year or whatever. I just felt no, for me it wasn't. I felt it's overrated. Sorry.
Guys, this is the moment ThalaBuddy broke the friendship with Nona Prince. Just kidding. This is the importance of having different opinion. We loved it, but yeah. In the end, you also studied this filmmaking. So everyone has their opinion, but yes, it broke my heart in this moment. Like heartbroken. Now we will go to the last question. One director, Indian or international? Which one you would say that you can trust blindly? Like, give the name.
Blindly. Oh, Christopher Nolan. I think that's very easy.
Yes. Everyone's choice, I think by now.
Yeah.
It is by now, yes. I think in the past we would have said maybe Lokesh, but now,
Uh, Lokesh, like Leo, I was not a big fan of in the second half. Vikram, the climax I had thought could have been better. So it's not have been a perfect run with him for me. But yeah, Christopher Nolan is like, even with the films which have not worked that well for me, even there's what an experience it was. So even like what was that film? I thought Tenet. While watching the film, I understood everything. The moment I stepped down, I'm like, what? What? Wait, what? So yeah, even that film experience wise was still something I've never seen before, and even if it's not my favorite of his. So yeah,
yes, he actually puts the work in there. Like, he takes time to bring you a movie, but when he brings it, it
yeah.
is something else. And now, I don't know about this, if you have ever read the book Odyssey, like the upcoming movie that he's going to
No, no,
bring.
no.
Well, in my case, I love reading books. And I have read already that book. It is super hard to bring it. I don't know how he will do it, but every single time he picks a movie, it's like he is just picking something even harder and harder and harder to adapt. Like, I don't know how he will do it,
See,
but
he made a movie about scientists talking about science into an exciting, thrilling, watch. So he can do anything. And
with real
he's
explosions.
also, yeah, and he's also someone who's very, like, he can ask for any amount of money and people will give him to make the films, but he doesn't do it.
Yeah.
He literally, in Interstellar, the cornfields, they actually went to a place and he made a
Yes.
field with real corn. And then after the film was shooting was done, he sold that, and that was added to the profit of the film. Look at this man. This, it doesn't matter how big he has become. Budgeting and how to make a film is still part of filmmaking. It's not that you have
Yes.
become big actor, infinite money you can get. No, still it's all part of making a film.
100% agree. It is not like they need Nike shoes, they need, Gucci purses, and everything is grounded down to earth, dirty shirt, and everything is art. Okay. So now, if you want, you can ask me questions. If you want, it is fine.
Oh, I saw this segment. Uh, One of my favorite question to ask, which I got from Avesham. Are you happy?
Very happy, actually. I'm very, very happy in my life. Yes.
Great.
People, I know this is a bit of topic, but people usually complain about India. They, usually people want to go outside of India. And when I got married to my husband, people thought that, I'm a foreigner, so I'll go outside. I'll take my husband with me. I love India. I actually like living in India. I love Indian people. Like, Yes, there are issues. No country is perfect, but there is some warmth to Indians that in many places it is lacking. There is also this thing, movies that in my side, not even in 1,000 years I could dream of watching these movies. People usually compare that Hollywood is supreme and this and that, but I've gotten to watch so many great movies. Like when you will see Salah in the US, it will not happen. When you will see someone yelling for superstar Rajnikant, it doesn't happen outside. Someone throwing their shirt, money, this, that. Like there are things that are like you cannot buy and you cannot get outside. So I'm very happy.
Nice. It is, a big commitment to leave your country and come and, live in another country. You are very like, you don't know that well. And I think that's things you do for love.
Yes, it is generally the things you do for love, and it was my blessing. I can say that I was able to adapt very easily to India because, yes, in the beginning I struggled a lot with food because it was very spicy. By now, I'm able to eat Indian food. Like I can eat vada pav, I can eat. I don't eat pani puri generally, but eat dahi puri. And if I go to any restaurant, I'm able to eat. I'm able to eat the belly. Like I can eat on the street. I'm cool, but in the beginning I cried so much, like not because like the spiciness was so much I would cry, but somehow it was like that I enjoyed the food, that I like the places, I like the people, I also like the movies, the culture, the dressing. Like if you see me on the streets, you'll see me wearing salwar kurta. Like you will not believe that I'm a foreigner. Many times people think that I'm Indian. It is still I open my mouth that people like, oh, you're a foreigner. And now I can speak basic Hindi. I can understand Hindi. So people always get amazed like, why you stayed in India? And you will not understand what you have in your country unless you have seen what is outside. Once you come, or even like with my eyes, like as an outsider, and then I come see, I can see the good stuff that you have. It is just like many times you lack this appreciation or being open minded. People like this. But yeah, it is like good luck that I did good match with India and obviously my husband.
Nice. Can I
Yes.
ask you like how was the transition difficult, or like the family agreed to for you to move here and all of that? Like was it easy, or it took time?
Well, in my case, I'm an only child. My husband is
Okay.
also an only child. And in the beginning, my mom, she supported me. Like from the beginning, my mom has been there. Usually, it is hard to tell your dad, but even when I decided like, okay, I met this guy, he's in India. I was talking to him, like we talked like for hours on the phone. It would be like 8 9 hours we were talking on the phone. He would send me gift, we would talk about movies, we would watch movies. Like we watched so many movies when we were like there. Even that time that we had this different, it is more than 12 hours difference of the time, and still we were able to watch so many movies, so many things. And then my mom saw that I was becoming like really great friend of him. And it wasn't, like it was this type of relationship that it was making you happy. That my mom could see that, yes, and my parents could see that I was becoming happy. So at least from my parents' side, or like when I said, okay, I'm going to India, because that time COVID was going on. So in my case, my passport is good. I can travel to Europe and all these places, and I don't need visa. But for Indians, it is not the same. Like you need a number of visas. So in the end, we decided that I would come here. And when I said, okay, I'm going to India, it is my decision. And they were like, okay, if you need help, we'll help you. We had video call with my husband. That time he was like, we were kind of dating. We had video call with him, with my mother-in-law. We had the call. By that time I had already talked to her, and like there was discussion. He already talked, and my mother-in-law, though, like she's older, obviously she's from the past generation, she's very open-minded. Like she will watch anime with me, she watches
Wow.
K-drama with me. Yeah, Like my husband, he doesn't like anime, so I'll watch anime with my mother-in-law because I love anime.
Wow.
So I'll watch with her. She's super open-minded, and the main thing is that we are very similar. Like we like reading books, we like the same type of food. We this thing anime. We like very similar type of series. So like my husband always says, you behave more like you're her daughter than I'm the son. So all those things matched up, and mainly that we were super good friends, like besides the love part. So once I decided to come here, like my parents were like, okay, you go, you see how it is. If you like, then it is fine, you can stay. Because in the end, for them, it was like that I should be happy. They knew I'm responsible, and like all my life I have been responsible. I didn't go to parties. I was reading my books. Like I was very different type of Western kid. So when I came here to India, then my mom saw that I was super happy, that I was eating the food, that I was getting along with my mother-in-law. And then like 1 month I wasn't here, and then we got engaged. And then after we got engaged, it was like I went back, I got the documents. It just happened so quickly but so easily that in the end we always say like when it is meant to happen, it
Yeah.
happens so fast, like in the blink of an eye, that now I'm 4 years in here in India, and I feels like it was yesterday that I was here. Still, like people, they ask me how you're able to understand Hindi. Like you can talk to me, and I was like, ah, yes, she understands. Yes, but then when I speak, it is not good. That is different. But yes, it is just like everything happened very organically.
Your family has come to India?
Yes, my parents came. Like again, I'm only child, so and my family, like it is not huge, but coming to India from my side, it is 2 lakh each ticket.
Oh, yeah.
So you imagine per
That's
person. So yeah,
yeah.
my parents came, and my grandparents and the rest of my family, they were on the video call when we had the reception and everything. So yes, they have talked to my husband on video call. And another thing is that our native language is Spanish, and my family, they don't speak English. Like I'm the only one who
Okay.
can speak English. So it is like I translate from Spanish to English, then some things I translate to my husband, then my husband will tell me, and it is like that. It is a mess, but it is a happy mess.
So where did you guys meet?
Online, I don't remember exactly the platform because it
Okay.
was 5.5 years ago. It was a long
Wow.
time ago. But it was basically a platform that would match you up according to what you like. It wasn't
Okay.
for dating. It was like to talk about your interest. So in my case,
Got
what
it.
happens that as a girl that watches horror, there are very few girls that watch horror. Like my friends in back home, they like romantic movies and all. I love horror. So I wanted someone to talk about movies in general because I can watch any movie you give me, I'll watch it. My side it is not like that. Not even my parents are like that. So then I matched up with him, and he was like, oh, you know this movie, you know this movie. And I was like, no, I haven't watched it. And then he started telling me, and then I'll say, oh, you have watched this movie. And like that, it started like this movie, this movie, this movie. Until now, our marriage goes along with movies.
How lovely. See, this should have been the story of Param Sundari.
I'll sell you the story if you want. Send your offer in DM. Yes. Many times my husband has said, like, Kami, sometimes I feel like we should write our story or something. Because, like,
You
I'll
should.
tell you now, like, it is very brief, but the things we went through to get to where, even now, like, I'm still, like, I'm in the process of getting my OCI. Like, there's so many things, like, when you get a visa, then when you get this and that, all the documents, and then even the stereotypes that you face, like coming to India, like you're going to a dirty country, you're going to this, to that. People are not informed, and obviously what you see on the media, it is very easy to say like, oh, India is like this, but once you come, it depends obviously on the city that you're living. Delhi is not the same as Pune is not the same as Goa, and Goa is not the same as Kochi. It
Yeah.
is, they're very different cities, very different foods, everything is different, even people are very different from each other. So it is just like, let's see. Who knows? Maybe in the future. But yeah, it is a very different story.
I hope we'll get to see it on the big screen one day.
Let's see. 'Cause generally, I know you see me talking to you on the like here on the podcast. Like I'm super open and this and that, but in reality, I'm very introvert. It was my husband who pushed me to come on the camera. I've never liked to be in front of the camera or talking to people. It is like no. My husband is the one I always call him pakarra. All the time he's pakar 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 pakar. Like he talks too much. He doesn't get quiet. My husband is the one that talks to people, and usually I'm like, you talk. So like from when we started giving reviews and everything, it is like a struggle for me every single time I come on the camera because I do want to talk about movies with you, but I get very shy. I get very like, what do I say? How do I like share my thoughts about this movie? Like even now, it is amazing for me that people want to see what I think about a movie. It's like very surreal for me. Like if you
Yeah,
like my opinion, good.
that feeling never goes away. I think most people who do this are very shy in person. Like even you wouldn't see me talking so much if it, it's easier to talk to the camera than people.
Yes, yes. I when I saw your like one on one, I was like, how he's doing it live. Like I was like obviously for me it is like something else because one thing that you said it is like you're somewhere else, I'm somewhere else, and then you're one on
Yeah.
one with the person, and then like I would hang, I would forget what I have to ask. I would just like panic for what I have to
I think
say.
the more difficult part is that you are so used to doing it all alone. And there you have just not just sitting with someone in front of you, there are 10 more people behind the cameras, taking care of everything. And that makes you more uncomfortable. It's because
Yes.
it was so new to me. So yeah, it was some experience.
No, but it was good. I enjoyed it. Like, and there's another thing that with some people you'll click. Like, thank God
Yeah.
we have very good energy between the two of us. Like, there's chemistry, but there's also some people that you will not have chemistry with.
Yeah.
So for me, to like with you, it has been easy to open up and talk and all this stuff. But then there's people that you're like, how do I continue the conversation? How do I keep going? Like, what do I say? And like you said, you have camera, lights, audio, this angle, that angle. Hats off. Maybe someday it will happen to us, but generally, if it happens, I'll put my husband first and then I'll think about it because it is like very scary for me. So, thank you so much for coming. I really enjoyed talking to you. It was really great. It was like such a fun podcast. It makes me like want to come back again to the chair, not only letting ThalaBuddy be here. How it was for you?
Great. It was fun. Same here. Fun chatting and, nice to meet new people and talk about movies. Always fun.
Yes, it is amazing. Please share us your handle. Please let us know how people can find you.
So you can find me on YouTube as Nona Prince, and there's two other channels which you can, if you like, you can check them out too. And on social media as Nona Prince YT on Twitter and Instagram.
Great. Thank you so much for spending time with us. With that said, see you next time, guys. Bye.
Thank you for having me.